So Ben, just winter facilities. What are we looking at here? This is a shed you recently built?
Yeah, I built this in 2019. It's just for, we've maiden heifers on one side, 50 maiden heifers on whaling cubitals. We have 64 dry cow cubitals and in calf heifer cubitals.
Yeah.
And then on this side, we have an isolation pen here, 22 cows, 22 in a Parlor, 22 cows go in there. They're the fresh cows, lame cows, antibiotic cows. They come out from the top of the Parlor, they go in here.
Right.
All dealt with first. They can go through the crush back up to the Parlor. They get all their whatever they have to get before they go into the Parlor, you know, and they can go through the footbed every day if there's a few lame cows in there or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and then there's 60 fresh calvers, and then the back shed is 130 cubitals just for the spring calvers.
Right. Just before we walk through here, you've an extended area here.
I have an extended area outside because
facility.
we're in autumn calving.
Yeah.
And these will be taken out next week now. They're only in there to train. We'll put the autumn bulling heifers in here.
Yeah.
And they will be AI'd in here.
Okay.
And they don't have to go to the main crush because we have a small problem with mortal arrow. And we don't want to be taking the maiden heifers up to the main crush.
Yeah.
You know, so
It's a handy facility there. You're not bringing them long distances.
you're not bringing long distance, and we find the open area there when we drive into the yard in the morning. All the bulling heifers will be standing here by the gate.
Yeah, that's where the activity is.
That's where the activity is. And whoever's coming into the yard first will see that. And, you know, if I'm sitting over having the breakfast there late at night, I have a camera up here. I can turn it that way and see if there's bulling heifers there.
I see.
And it's, you know.
Are you doing the AI yourself?
Not doing it myself, no, but it's all AI. It's 100% AI.
Yeah.
But Munster is doing it.
Yeah. So pedigree Holstein herd.
Pedigree Holstein herd.
Long time going back.
Yeah. We bought the first one in Cork's summer show in 1971.
Yeah.
First pedigree.
Right.
An Ardressic cow. So, yeah.
It's not a very big cow. It's
got a 650 kilo cow.
650.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
they're medium. They were big to medium. Now we're breeding medium. You know, they're lower in stature. You know, we're trying to go. Our aim is to have an 8,000 litre cow, which we have, but with good solids and good protein, or good fat and good protein. You know, the protein is 4.12 at the moment. The butterfat is 3.6 for the average year, but we want to stay there. You know.
Yeah.
You know, the EVI is good in them. You know, they're versatile cow. They can do both things.
Is it a Munster AI type cow or
Munster AI.
genetics wise? Yeah.
Munster AI. Most of the genetics come from Munster AI.
Okay.
Some Eurogene.
So you're on slats here then?
I'm on slats.
Yeah.
All the cows in this shed are on slats. They're limed 3 times or twice a day with the daisy bed machine.
Yeah.
And they're on slats. That's about it. You can go up to the back.
So these are all your original sheds then, were they?
They were all built in 2008.
Yeah, when the grants were there.
When the grants were there.
Yeah.
And we were all talking about quotas going and everything.
Yeah.
You know, we were just gearing up for it.
Yeah.
So that was the year I took over the farm, so that was the first thing I built.
Okay. So
you know.
Are these your dry cows?
No, these are the spring calving cows.
Spring calving cows.
Spring calving cows coming dry now.
Yeah.
Because we start calving on the 5th of January.
Okay.
So there's only about 2 more weeks left in them.
Right.
You know, so.
You like to calve early in the spring, do you?
I like to calve early in the spring.
Yeah.
We've good dry land. And I like to get them up by day, kind of the 1st of February. But I actually like to be calved about 10 days before they go out at all, to get their stomachs full, and I like to get the feed into them.
Right.
So the crush is there. There's a hoof bat, what do you call them? Hoof count hoof bats, and they come to the Parlor.
Yeah.
And there's 22 units.
Okay.
The Parlor.
So before we might have a look at that, so where do the cows park up for the milking? Just around here?
Just around here. We just open the gates.
Yes.
And they either come from that side or this side.
Yes.
You know, so they just come in here and milk. They go out in the back or stand in the yard. We've concrete space outside in the back just for cows bulling, for the autumn ones. We always find if they have air, they'll come bulling easier.
Okay.
You know, so that's the only purpose for that. It's just for cows bulling.
So are you milking your springs and your autumn in separate groups?
Separate groups, yeah. Once they come in day and night, they're in separate groups. Once if they're out by day and night, they'll stay together. Once they come in full time, we put them in separate groups.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so
Treat them differently.
treat them differently.
Yes.
You know, give them a bit more on the diet feeder in this side and keep them back. And it's easier for milking. You know, you have 3 slow rows of the fresh calvers. You know, 22. You know, 3 or 4 slow rows, and then they take longer to milk, and these ones just milk faster, and You know.
Yeah.
You know what to be watching for.
They need to be minded anyway.
They need to be minded.
Yeah. So were you recently, I suppose, lent in the Parlor or put in more units?
Yeah, we just moved from a 16 unit to a 22 unit dairy master, and we changed up to, we always had milk meters and stuff, but we changed up to the commander boxes. We put in the cluster cleanse, the auto ID, and new trucks, because the cows were getting smaller.
Yeah.
We used to always have the shallow trucks, but the cows are getting smaller, so we had to put in new trucks to bring the truck out longer.
Okay.
So that we have more cow control. With the last 2 years since the cows started getting smaller, we're just starting to lose a bit of cow control. So we put in the new type truck, and we find the cows are back standing where they should be standing, not pushing forward.
Forcing back a bit.
It's pushing back a small bit.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. So do you have saying when you're milking, do you have 1 or 2 people in the Parlor?
1.
Yeah.
I milk myself in the mornings,
Yeah.
and Andy does in the evenings.
Okay.
Well, we're calving, I milk all the time. That's the only thing. It's a cow calf time here.
So did you add on the 8 units, or did you completely put in a new machine?
We completely put in, everything down here is new, except the millimeters. We kept 16 millimeters, all new lines, everything is down here is new. Put in the cluster cleanse. The feeders, we only added on 6 feeders on each side, 3 feeders on each side. The feeders are fine. But everything in here is new.
Okay.
You know?
So we're in the month of October. How did this get fitted and allow you to continue to milk?
Around the 1st of August, when we were just after drying off the autumn calvers, we were down to kind of 200 cows, and they were getting fast. So we done the concrete work, a day on either side. So we milked we milked twice a day, but we had to milk on one side for 2 days. Well, concrete work, I put in quick drying concrete, and they came in, we put it in. So we were 2 days milking on one side. The following day, dairy master came in at 8 o'clock in the morning. They were gone by 6 o'clock in the evening. Everything was up and going.
Yeah. A lot of it pre-assembled, or did they just assemble on site?
They pre-assembled it the day before on site. They put all the meters onto the lines, and they had everything ready to go in. They were probably here the day before doing stuff and watching stuff and loosening stuff, you know, but it was all done in the one day.
Right.
You know, they had to come back a couple of days to adjust stuff, but, you know.
Yeah, you lost very little time, so.
Lost no time, really, you know. So it's a bit of shock system at that time of the year because, you know, in August, cows are going a bit off, so it made things very fast, very fast.
Yeah.
You know, you went from 3 hours to 2 hours because the cows aren't milking so much. And I think I'm saving about an hour milking, but I'm probably not realistically because it's just a slacker time of the year, you know.
Yeah. So you went from 16 units to 24?
To 22.
22, sorry.
22.
And say you've no extra workload you find, or you're able to manage it as one person in the pit?
I find that I'm kept going adequately. I'm not bored waiting for cows.
Yeah. Where you are maybe with 16?
Where it was, you know, when I was in 16, you'd be sitting there for 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And, you know, now I just kept going. I start in the back, put on the cows. By the time I come the next time, I start the back, put on the cows, and they're all off. And it's just more uniform. I'm not walking as much up and down the pit.
So you'll fill a row first, will you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you'll put them on at the back?
I'll start putting them on from the back all the way to the front.
Okay.
And then I'll spray back the other side when I'm coming back and the gate is open, they're walking out.
Okay.
And then I do the same thing again, but I always start from the back when I'm on my own.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And they're always off in front of you. You're not waiting for them. The 16 minutes, you'll be skipping 2 or 3, moving on, then coming back to them, and they just lose the momentum. And I think with the cluster cleanse, which I hadn't got before, you need 22 units because it takes about 30 seconds to wash it, and it just uniformly works. The odd evening, if 2 of us come into the pit, it just gets very confusing to see which one is cluster cleansed or not, because they're popping off and you're dying to put it on. You know, so
those extra units give that time.
It gives that time for the whole system to work.
Yeah.
You know, I think, you know, 22 units is perfect for one fella. You know, with a cluster cleanse system, and the feed yield saves a bit of time. They're saying it shouldn't, you know, but it does, because I had 5 yielding cows, I had autumn cows. I used to be feeding them all individually, one pull, you were thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know, so that saves me maybe 2 minutes when I leave in the row.
Yes. And not everyone can do that if you're not here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I always milk in the morning, because I do all that in the morning, and then they all get a flat rate in the evening. Because you can't expect a workman to be thinking of 240 cows, how much they're supposed to be getting,
as well.
you know, individually.
Yeah.
So now I can take more time off because it's done.
Yes.
You know, I can take a morning off.
Yeah. What are the benefits of feed yield that you've seen?
So far, it's just the ease of feeding. The meal is down about 100 kilos the milking. And the milk is the exact same price, but it's the wrong time of the year to judge it. You know, so I'll have to see in the spring.
When would you say? April, maybe?
April.
When you're in full swing?
Between Paddy's Day, I'd say, and the 1st of May is kind of where I will see,
Okay.
you know. But then again, when you go out in the morning, you'll be surprised. You see cows getting 4 kilos. I have my base rate set at 4 kilos at the moment, plus 0.2 of a kilo over for every kilo. So there's cows on 9.7 kilos and there's cows on 4 kilos. But the ones on 40 litres, at least you know they're getting fed.
So she get 9 kilos for the 24 hours, say?
For the 24 hours,
Yeah.
split up between the two.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
Yeah.
so, and it's nice to know she's getting it and she's milking way happier. And I think that's what's bringing my solids up a bit, because the milkier cow is getting, she's not milking off her back, she's more content milking.
Yeah.
So I think it's bringing up my solids a bit month by month, but I'm waiting for a year to judge it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's no, you know.
So on that feeding, as we might walk out to your silage or whatever, so are the cows getting anything in the feed other than what they're getting in the parlour, or are they getting a bit of a blend as well?
They're getting a small bit of a blend in the feed. At the moment, they're getting 35 kilos of soya, or no, 35 kilos of grass silage, 10
Yeah.
kilos of maize silage, 5 kilos of distiller's grains from the distillery Middleton,
Yeah.
and that's it. And
Is that the autumns?
they're all getting that.
All that?
All getting that.
Okay.
But whereas the spring calvers are getting 3 kilos to follow that, some of the autumn ones are getting 9 or 10 kilos.
Okay.
You know, in the feed to yield system.
Yeah.
So they're on second
So-
cut silage,
Yeah.
very dry. As you can see, it's starting, you know,
Yeah.
it's going off a bit in the edges, you know. So it's second cut silage, cut 2 weeks too late because the weather was
weather
wet.
in July was
yeah.
crap, wasn't it?
The weather in July was crap. We cut early May, so,
Yeah.
you know,
Are you on a 2-cut system?
3 cut system.
3-cut system?
Yeah.
Okay.
First, second, third, yeah. Yeah. We bale all the third cut.
Okay.
We bale all the third cut in a different yard.
Right.
That's for cattle.
So maize then, is that recently cut, or?
That's cut 3 weeks today.
Okay.
Yeah,
Relatively early. Yeah.
Contractor's
Just before
first.
all the wet weather.
Yeah, the contractor's first job of the year.
Okay.
You know, give up maize for 7 years backing into the ditch there.
Okay.
You know,
Plastic used or not?
plastic.
Yeah. Okay.
Plastic used,
How many acres?
35 acres.
Okay.
All under plastic, averaged about 26 tonne to the acre.
Right.
So, first time backing it, we grew for 10 years before that. This is the best crop we ever got, but it was a great year if you got in early.
Okay.
And we were in early. You know, so
And what gave it a good start? Was it the weather? at
The
time?
weather.
Yeah.
it was just after coming from a damp April, it was just before we cut silage, to when we cut the silage in May, it was just 3 weeks of very good weather. It just took off and grew. I don't know, it was knee high a month earlier than it should have been.
Yes.
You know, it just got it. And, you know, and nowadays, the reason we went back into this is because we have so much slurry. And we had a couple of fields touching on index 4. And I wanted to bring back the indexes a bit. So we said a good crop of maize sucked the life out of them.
Yes.
So we're going to grow maize in for 2 years. And they were growing in 2 bags urea, no slurry. You know, just 2 bags.
Naturally in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so we're hoping they'll test out index 3 this year. We'll go with a bit of slurry, and that's the reason we went back to maize. But I'm happy now, because with the year with mediocre silage,
Yeah.
it's good to have a bit of maize.
Especially with what your system is there.
Yeah.
with the higher output. So using a 3LA feeder.
Yeah, 4 years in the ground.
Yeah.
Got nothing, only grease.
Right.
Didn't even get a blade,
And no grief.
and no grief.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing, only grease.
Yeah.
You know.
Good.
And I am delighted with it.
Yeah.
We could have 700 or 800 bales. She could take 4 bales easily there now, and she wouldn't even look at it. You know.
Yeah. No clogging up.
No
She'd-
clogging,
yeah,
no,
she'd
the
change.
tractor wouldn't die,
Yes.
you know, you wouldn't be nervous, you know, so, and it does a nice mix, you know.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you've a Tanko shear grab.
Bale shear, yeah, and grab, she cuts the bales as well to put in to the,
Yeah.
if we have the third cutting bales, we can split them with the Tanko, throw them into the diet feeder,
Yeah.
and she'll hold back the plastic.
Yeah.
You know.
She's a gift.
She's a
of
gift,
An idea.
yeah, you know, she's a gift for that kind of thing now.
Yeah.
And the bale is half going to the diet feeder, so it saves the pressure on the tractor, you know. So,
And on tractors, it's John Deere. I see you
John
have
Deere-
a preference for that, obviously.
they're
They're close by.
close
Farm
by, far close
Yeah.
by, and they always looked after me.
Yeah.
And I said, have I ever bought a new tractor to be there and going?
Yeah.
And I'm very happy with it. No.
So you've 3 John Deeres, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
So what jobs are you doing on the farm that maybe contractors don't do?
We do all our own slurry. We mow all our own silage.
Yeah.
And we draw a bit of silage. And the only thing we get contractors for cutting silage and setting grass seeds. We try and do everything else ourselves.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
We'll do all the harrowing and everything. It's grass seeds where we just won't plough. And so we do all the fertilizer, spraying, everything that has to be done. We try and do it.
Right. Yeah.
It just keeps the interest going.
Yes. So on fertilizer then, I think you made an investment on a new spreader recently.
Yeah, last spring 2022, price of fertilizer went sky high. So the old spreader was getting a bit old and it wasn't as accurate as I thought it should be. So I had a word with the lads in Parlour and they had this one in. And Lincoln Truer 12 on GPS and section control. 3 ton spreader, big for what I wanted. I was looking for 2 ton, but it came in that way, so I said I chanced it. And it works fine behind the John Deere. It takes 3 ton of any fertilizer.
Yeah.
And it has section control, it has GPS, it has border control.
Yeah.
And it's a disc spreader.
Right.
You know.
So say.
And it's very accurate.
Yeah. So 18 months or nearly 2 years later, what differences are you seeing, or what compared to what you had previously?
Compared to what I had previously, the spreaders I had previously were perfect, but this one is just above them all. It's just it saves fertilizer.
Yeah.
You know, every time I come back into the yard to see if fertilizer left, that's not because it's not working. It's because the GPS is working. And you're not double spreading headlands and stuff.
Yeah.
And when you small 2.5, 3 acre paddocks with cows, you know, a lot of fertilizer goes out in the headlands that you wouldn't realise have gone out in the headlands. You know, and with the border control, then you're not spreading it up in the ditches.
Yeah.
And making the weeds grow. You know,
yeah.
So but you know, when I worked it out over the year, last year with the fertilizer prices high, the fertilizer spreader cost me about €20,200, but I got a grant of 40% in it.
Yeah.
And I saved the last 12 grand on the fertilizer.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
just because of a 10% saving on fertilizer. And the fertilizer was so dear last year. You know, it wouldn't have paid for itself in 1 year on a normal year. It'd probably take 3 years. But, you know,
yeah.
But I have the technology going forward now as well for that price.
I know.
You know, and last year was a good price for milk and things, so
yes.
it was worth the investment.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. And there's not many things you get a fast return like that on.
No.
Yeah.
You know, you wouldn't get it again probably.
Yeah.
So it was just everything was going for it last year, and no, I'm delighted with it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's accurate.
Yeah.
And it does save.
Yeah.
You know, a salesman will tell you all day it'll save, but you know, after using it for 18 months, it did save fertilizer, and that's what it's all about from now on.
It is.
You know.
Plus the environmental benefits as well.
The environmental benefits, and you know, you have a 10% up and down rate on your hand control in the tractor. So if you know a patches doesn't need it, you can up or down it, or shut it off on 4 buttons. You can do a selection of things.
Yes.
And it helps the environment, and it's on the Lincoln GPS, which will also run on the trailing shoe and the slurry tank.
Okay.
So, you know, that part was with the spreader all paid for the 20,000, and I can run any implement in the yard off it once I set it up.
Yeah.
You know, and for me who never done computers or anything, it's simple enough to set up. You know, 1 or 2 days.
It hasn't been intimidating for you.
It's not scared me off it.
No.
You know, I thought it would.
Yes.
You know, and if the worst comes to the worst, and I have a farm out in Cork, if the worst comes to the worst and you run out of GPS, you can revert back to manual controls, you know, which is a main, thing for farmers. There is areas out there that'll be bad for day to day, so you can revert back to manual controls.
Yeah.
And just spread your bag of urea per acre.
And get you home.
Get you home, you know.
Yeah.
So
there's lights on it. Is there waste cells on it?
Oh yeah, lights and waste cells.
Yeah.
So it'll tell you what's going out at any one time. You know.
And again, bought from Farm Power again.
Bought from Farm Power as well.
Yeah. Great.
You know.
Very good, Ben. Sure, look, thanks for a look around there today.
No bother.
Impressive setup, and
thank you very much.
You're well invested for the future.
Well invested for the future. And that's when you need with 3 daughters at home who don't want to go farming.
So that's good. Sure, look, it's a good, safe environment, and it's as you said, for them to even to be involved with the calves and stuff like that. It's easily managed.
It's easily managed. Yeah.
If they want to be involved, the options there for them.
Well, yeah. anyone can get involved, you know.
Yeah.
Loads of nephews and nieces and anything, they can come in there and look at calves and get used to farming and,
Yeah.
you know,
And the
they have a
hardship is
choice.
out of it. And
The hardship is
and
out of
it's
it.
safe. They're safe in there as well.
They're safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
The main thing is that they're safe around the yard.
Correct.
That's how we try to be every day, you know.
Everyone needs to go home safe.
Everyone
and
has to
no
go home,
injuries.
you know.
Yeah.
Everyone is a family to go home to, so, you know, we try and keep it safe. So.
Oh, very good. Okay, thank
No,
you.
thank you very much, Bertie.